Hey guys, I'm Sean, and today, as you can tell, I am wearing my full HvZ loadout. Now, one thing I wanted to say before I start going over all of the parts of my loadout is the fact that a lot of loadout videos I see are of people, right around age 9 to 12, that it's obvious that you don't play HvZ, and it really annoys me when people just kind of do that. Like, they'll just kind of throw out their favorite guns and be like, this is my HvZ loadout because I totally kill zombies on a regular basis. No. This is actually my HvZ loadout because I am part of a group that plays HvZ 2 to 3 times a month, and this is actually used often, and I do play HvZ to its full extent. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there before I started, that this is an actual HvZ loadout, not just some of my favorite blasters that I thought might interest some of you guys and wanted to seem cool. So let's go ahead and start with my primary. This is a stock painted long strike. Sorry, I'm a little slow today. All I have is Cocoa Puffs. But yeah, this is a stock long strike as far as the paint scheme goes and everything. You've got the air restrictor removal, and I didn't really do any spring mods because I only want to one-handed prime it. I didn't really want to have to, prime it with both bars every time. So I went ahead and just left the original spring in there. I put some tape around the plunger so that it compressed a little more, and some of the stuff like that. I did do my jam door mod, so this opens whenever, but it also, it'll stay, at any place that you put it. So that's pretty cool, I think. I usually leave that open when I'm playing HvZ, but if it's like raining or something, I'll close it just to help kind of keep the rain out of the internals. Let's see here. I did a stock removal mod, as does anybody else that has a long strike. Of course you did a stock removal mod. I just find it easier for transporting this, because if I take everything down plus the stock removal, I can throw it in like a small suitcase or something. I keep 2 6-round magazines in the back, just because you never know when you're going to need those. I mean, they're locked in pretty tight, so they really just don't get in the way at all. On the front here, I've hot glued on this ultra high intensity laser, which is actually extremely good quality, and just kind of works out of the ordinary on how powerful this thing is. It takes 2 triple A's, I believe, but it's just crazy powerful, and I can look at this from up to like 100 meters away easily. So that's what's cool about that, and it was only $5 on Amazon, so what the hell. I also put on this 6 LED ultra high intensity flashlight too. So I mean, it's pure daylight outside and everything, and you can still see that just fine. So that's as far as tactical gear goes. I've got the Spectre barrel on the front just because it kind of gives it a cooler. This is purely aesthetic. That's all that it's on here for. And yes, it does induce a minor bit of barrel drag, but it's not enough for me to worry about. And then I use the pinpoint sight, of course, because everyone knows that it's the only sight that actually works. I have about 3 of these, but as you can see, there's a little red dot on the end there, and I mean that just works phenomenal compared to any other Nerf scope or anything you can throw on there. And then I always use 18-round mags in my blasters, as well as this bandolier strap, just because I never know. Usually on day 0, when everyone's still wearing their gear, I like to just kind of hang it around my shoulder, just because I don't really like walking around, like I'm going to kill somebody. So that's it for my primary. I'm going to set stuff down as I go across, because trying to jumble all this together is a little interesting. So my secondary is a Firefly with Trustfire batteries, because everyone knows you got to have Trustfires when you're using a Raven for something important like HvZ. I also do something that nobody actually does, and that's I use the long strike sight. Now, a lot of people think I'm crazy for using that, but I find it to be a really good, kind of iron sight. And I don't know, I've always wanted to try to find a use for this, and I guess just throwing it on here kind of did that for me. I mean, I don't really feel like I need to do any modifications to it or anything. It's just a nice sight in my opinion. I didn't do any other mods to the Raven. Oh, besides the jam door being open while it still revs. So that's cool. You can hear there's Trustfires in there. But other than that, I didn't really remove any locks or anything, just because I didn't really feel the need to. I never really remove a whole lot of locks from my blasters anyways. And that hooks on with my bandolier strap that's just kind of hangs more to my left, or to my right rear, just for easy access when I drop my primary. And then for a tertiary, I guess, is my HvZ Maverick. And there's a few things I did to this, but nothing special. I did my custom barrel drop mod, which means not only does it drop out, but there's a couple of air restrictor springs between this gray, I forgot what you call that, but between this gray bit and the front of the barrel assembly. And that just gives it a better seal when it's in your blaster. And then I have a 6 kilogram Orange Modworks spring thrown in there, just because, you know, you always got to have that. And then, of course, the air restrictors are removed and other stuff like that. Nothing too special. It's just a workaholic Maverick is all it is. So that's that. And now, kind of onto my ammo, you know, kind of loadout. I am carrying tons and tons of ammo, so it's mostly in my pants, so you can't see it at the moment. I could move the camera, but I really don't feel like it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the ridiculous amount of ammo that is in my pants. First of all, in either side pocket, I have 18 round mags because I love 18 round mags. And then since these are cargo shorts, in both of the low cargo pockets, I have 2 18 round mags in each, and those get used quite often. Those are the ones I usually go through first. And then in my left rear is another 18 round mag. So my count, including the ones that are already in the blaster, that's 9 18 round mags. I haven't done the math on how much ammo I'm carrying, but yeah, that's that. I do carry these two just because I did run out of ammo during the last day of my first HvZ match, and that was with carrying all of that. So I went ahead and threw these in here. I don't use them on the outer ones because that kind of gets in the way of, you know, where my arms are moving and movability wise, but they just don't work there. So I just threw them on the inside, and that's all I'm going to ever have on this. By the way, yes, I am using the Nerf tactical vest. I have gone to a lot of like airsoft stores and like hunting stores and stuff, and I just haven't found a tactical vest that really, you know, threw itself at me. So once I do, I'll definitely trade this out for it, because this is just kind of an at the moment tactical vest, because I always like having tactical vests, but none of the ones that I have work well for Nerf, and I haven't found one that works well. And I have looked at some of the ones that other people use, and the one that Basic Nerf uses is really nice, but the way it fit on me, I really hated the way it kind of just fit on my body. So enough about that. Yes, it's a Nerf tactical vest. In this side pocket here, I have an extra Maverick barrel. I've never actually needed to use this, but it always sits in there because I don't have anything else to throw in there. I mean, if I threw an extra 6 round mag in there, you know, hey, what the hell. I'm sure that actually fit a Retaliator 12 round mag if I wanted it to. But I think the Maverick barrel works well in there. And so after the tac vest, that's literally everything I carry on HvZ. So, I forgot to mention one thing, is that during HvZ, when I'm carrying this vest, these dart pockets up here are open because I love finding homemade darts that people make, and I'll always just throw them in one of those slots. Like if I'm just looking around and I find like Steffens or some sort of glue dome streamline, or like maybe even just rare tagger darts, or if I find glow-in-the-dark darts or whiteout darts, I will pick them up because they are fantastic. But yep, those just go in those 12 pockets that I have up there. And I believe the last HvZ match that I did, I picked up a total of 10 Steffens in just those little pockets, and I was very happy about that. But that is it for my HvZ loadout. I do have a backup primary, and I'm not